Bloody heck. What time is it, pal?
About 3 a.m. over here on the East Coast.
Oh man, no wonder. Well, it's the bloody vampire that's finally
Oh,
made
yeah.
his way here to the East Coast. Hello and welcome to Free Jacks in 5, a series of brief interviews where you get to know your favorite New England players. Free Jacks in 5 is brought to you by Arbella Insurance, the official home and auto insurance partner of the New England Free Jacks. I'm Dallen Stanford, former US Eagle and current World Rugby commentator. And this episode, we spent 5 minutes or so with Holden Yungert, the man known internationally as the vampire. It's so great to have you on, my friend. I'm really just watching my neck over here. Pretty cautious.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Dallen. Great to be up here in Boston. Great to be on the show. Just excited to rip into it this season. See some new fans out at the field, and play some good rugby with the Free Jacks.
Well, let's first get into the nickname, the Vampire. It's certainly one of my favorites, but not everybody knows where it came from and how it kind of was set up and teed up. So, what are your memories from that glorious day?
Yeah. Well, it's definitely one of your favorite nicknames, probably because you came up with it. It goes back college days at St. Mary's. I think a sevens tournament. I had a notoriously bad haircut, a shoddy dye job, and the way the sun glinted off me. Might have been reminiscent of Twilight or something like that.
Certainly was. I mean, you had it was like blondish, bleached, kind of like whitish hair, and it was, it was a night game, as you said, a night tournament for the most part, and you were pretty scary out there. I will say that. So I think it stuck, and I've really enjoyed pulling it out over the years.
Yeah, it's been great.
Let's start as a young vampire, right? When you were growing up as a young kid, what sort of sports did you get into, and then parlay that into how you finally picked up a rugby ball?
Yeah. So I played just about every American sport. I grew up, I was playing baseball. I played a lot of soccer. That was kind of my main sport. And then, as things slowly started to change when I got a little bit older, I wasn't so good at soccer anymore. I got a little more physical, catching cards left and right on the soccer field. So my uncle and my dad played rugby back in the day. They were the first ones to put a ball in my hand. I think I remember in like fifth grade or so, there was like a bit of a show and tell. I brought the rugby ball. I taught the class how to pass it, and then years down the line, I get to pick it up freshman year of high school and, kept running with it ever since.
Wow, that's cool. I love that background. And it's always fascinating to see how the sport comes about. And it's cool you had family members playing. Now, you've got a couple of other vampires in the family. You've got some siblings, right? Do they play a lot of sports or do they currently still take the sports field?
Yeah. So I have three brothers. I've got two older brothers and a twin brother who's also older. Yeah, they were big track athletes. They were runners. They're these big, thoroughbred-esque runner types. And, I got the short end of the stick and missed out on a couple inches and just, found my way on the rugby field where there's a spot for everyone out there.
Yes, exactly. Well, let's talk about that, right? So St. Mary's, the Gales, famous program under Tim O'Brien. Tell us about your time there. What did you love about it? And give some highlights as well.
Oh, I loved it. Every second of it. It was just so, the program that Tim and Johnny Everett that they built there was just, you live and breathe, sleep rugby. Obviously they've got a big focus on the school. That's why you're there. You get both done. Right. And rugby is it's wonderful there. I'd say it's probably as close to, high caliber development as you could get anywhere in the world. But I had some great times there, won 3 national championships with the team in 15s and then won a sevens national championship. Got to play alongside and under some great players, learned a lot. So it's good times there.
Yeah, I'll never forget that one moment you had with your number 8, Kevin O'Connor. I think it was a brilliant little 8-9 move in the final of one of those D1A championships on national television against Life University, and that's when you dived in full flight. It was a fantastic movement, and then you went with him, and you guys went to New Orleans and played Major League Rugby there together. What was
that's
that like?
True.
Yeah, what was it like coming out of college into professional rugby? Because finally, the setup was there for you to be able to do that. What was that transition like, and how did you enjoy your time in New Orleans?
New Orleans was, one of the best cities on earth. By far some of my best years of rugby there. I had a great time with the coaches, with everyone on the team, the fans. It's wonderful. Coming out of college, it was great. I actually, right before I played MLR, I got a shot to go down to Canberra and do a little bit of developmental stuff in and alongside the Brumbies. Played some really hard-nosed men's club rugby out there. And so I think that gave me good prep for it alongside coming out of St. Mary's. But that first year was a wild ride, being 20-something in New Orleans, new city, never been to it. And we had a blast. It was, it was really living the dream.
Yeah, and the chemistry looked good as well. You know, you have a good setup there under Nate Osborne. You had some funny chirps during the season too, a couple of seasons as they went on. They played one of them the other day on the Rugby Network. It was very funny. Is that something you think as a scrum half, you always have to have quick remarks, right? Because, with your smaller body shape and your talkative mouth, you kind of have to be on the edge of your seat there, right?
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes I kind of glaze over sometimes, and I don't know. I fire up. I save it for the weekend. I fire up on Saturday, and things just come out of my mouth. I'd probably say I'm pretty lucky that that's all the mic caught, and I could be canceled just about now. So
Yeah, it's true. Fair enough. Yeah, you got to keep it reasonably clean. Let's switch across to Boston. How long have you been in town? You've come through with your girlfriend Maddie. How are you guys enjoying being set up there so far?
yeah, it's wonderful up here. We got up here in September, so right at the end of summer. Constantly amazed by the fall foliage. Something I've never seen coming from California and then down in New Orleans. It's just not like that. So it's beautiful. We got our feet on the ground now. I've met a good number of people in the city. She's fully into a master's nursing program. So, we're both busy in our own ways, but loving every second up here in the Northeast.
Awesome. Well, Vampire, before we let you go, I know it's still a few hours of sleep that you're able to get in before the sun rises, and then you got to hide away. Let's give the fans a message, the folks that have supported you all the way through, and your new family and friends here in New England who are ready to cheer you on for the Free Jacks.
Yeah. I just want to say thanks for everyone for the support. There's too many people to name, but you're the reason we do it. I think I could speak for every single rugby player out there, friends, family, fans, they're all basically the same, but you're the reason we do it. And we go out there, we talk trash, we get beat up every other weekend or so,
Wow. Fantastic to have you on the Vampire on Free Jacks in 5. A show brought to you by Arbella Insurance, the official home and auto insurance partner of the New England Free Jacks. Fans can keep updated with the New England side and the schedule at freejacks.com, where it's always champagne rugby. As they say here,
let's ride.
You're one of us, my friend. You're one of us.